Straight ahead on OC News, we'll get an update on the Orange County fire that was ablaze for nearly 8 hours.
Earth Week celebrations are underway on campus of Cal State Fullerton.
And later, music and fashion rule at Coachella. Find out what is the perfect outfit for the weekend getaway. OC News starts right now. Welcome to OC News. I'm Alexis Moffitt.
And I'm Jessica Wally. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. A measles outbreak in Orange County, by far the largest in the state, has prompted health officials to step up their campaign to have parents immunize their children. The effort has run up against a vigorous anti-vaccine movement that has taken root across the country. Orange County now has 22 reported measles cases, a number that has nearly doubled just in the last 2 weeks.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and I actually had the opportunity to attend an event for individuals and families affected by it. Check it out.
Without further ado, let's start the show.
A man is on life support after being found badly burned and partially bound along the 605 freeway in the City of Industry yesterday evening. The discovery was made around 1:30 p.m. near the transition road from the northbound 605 freeway to the 60 freeway, according to a Los Angeles County Fire Department dispatcher. The man crawled out of a nearby riverbed and up onto the freeway, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's investigators. The man was burned all over his face and body. He was found naked and his hands and feet tied. He was taken to the Los Angeles County USC Medical Burn Center.
The background of Los Angeles Dodgers right fielder Yasiel Puig is making headlines after an article in Los Angeles Magazine alleges that the baseball player was smuggled into the United States by a drug cartel. Jesse Katz's article about Puig's path from Cuba to LA is filled with danger, extortion, drug money, death threats, sportscaster Petro Papadakis said on the Petros and Money radio show Tuesday. The highly researched expose published Sunday claims Puig was smuggled out of Cuba by a Mexican drug cartel that wanted a cut of Puig's eventual multi-million-dollar salary.
A lot containing firewood burst into flames early this morning and burned for almost 8 hours before firefighters extinguished it, officials said. Orange firefighters responded to the lot at 605 Rancho Santiago Boulevard at 4:14 a.m. Orange Fire Department Captain Ian McDonald said there they found 20-foot flames at a roughly 30-foot square wood pile. 2 front-loader tractors moved wood out of the way of the fire to help stop it, and firefighters used water and foam to attack the flames.
And now let's go to Amanda Newell with an update on what's going on around the world.
Early this morning, a ship carrying 474 people started to sink off the coast of South Korea. As the ship started sinking, some passengers leaped into the water to get to safety by swimming to rescue vessels, while others remained on board. South Korean Coast Guard arrived late Wednesday morning to help with the rescue. With waters clocking in below 60 degrees, one major concern was hypothermia. Now, most of the passengers on board were mainly high school students and teachers traveling to the resort island of Jeju, just southwest of the South Korean coast. At least 4 people are dead and more than 100 are unaccounted for. In South America, the Oscar Pistorius trial is still underway. Paralympic star Pistorius has undergone 5 days of relentless cross-examination in order of the defense of a chance to discredit the prosecution by presenting its own witnesses. The prosecution claims Pistorius intentionally shot and killed his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. The defense says he shot her through a closed bathroom door after mistaking her for an intruder. When he opened his case, defense attorney Barrow Rowe said that they will call between 14 and 17 witnesses to the stand. Earlier today, they started calling an expert who argued against a conclusion by a pathologist on the cause of Steenkamp's back wounds. Now, after tomorrow's court session, the trial will be postponed until May 5th. The crisis in Ukraine has yet to be resolved. Ukraine's acting president says the threatened clampdown on pro-Russian militants in the east is underway. Officials in Kyiv say a National Guard battalion with 350 troops was sent to the Donetsk region this morning. A Ukrainian general says separatists who don't lay down the arms, quote, will be destroyed. Also on Monday, President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke about the worsening crisis. Obama expressed his concerns and urged Putin to withdraw Russian troops from Ukraine's border and use his influence to persuade armed pro-Russian groups to leave the buildings. Now, leaders from Ukraine, Russia, the United States, and the European Union are expected to meet Thursday in Geneva, Switzerland, to further discuss the crisis. The U.S. Navy is giving a look at the aircraft it's using in the search for missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. The P-8A Poseidon patrol aircraft, assigned to Patrol Squadron 16, is operating out of Perth Airport in Australia. Crews are flying search missions over the Indian Ocean. According to the Navy, its advanced radar capabilities allow the crew to recognize and investigate small contacts on the water's surface. The crew uses onboard camera system and a number of sponsors to investigate those contacts. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their son, Prince George, started off their 10-day Australian visit in Sydney earlier today. They were greeted by hundreds of fans and spectators at the Sydney Opera House and were seen shaking hands and signing autographs with those in attendance. During their visit down under, the Duke and Duchess plan to visit the Taronga Park Zoo, spend time in the Blue Mountains, and meet survivors from the brush fires that happened earlier this year. They'll also visit the Royal Australian Air Force Base at Amberley and enjoy an Easter service at St. Andrew's Cathedral in Sydney. That'll do it for me at the World News Desk. Back to you guys.
Cal State Fullerton has one of the most complete educational programs across the nation, and that includes providing a welcoming environment for international students, faculty, and visitors transitioning between countries and cultures. But how is the university achieving these goals? Jose Campos has the latest.
Thanks, Alexis. And this is actually a very interesting subject because we hear about international students coming to our campus. But what happens behind this process? What are the steps that they need to follow? And who helps them with the admission process? These and many questions will be answered by our guest, Cristina Garcia, who is an immigration specialist at the International Programs Office on campus. Welcome, Cristina, and thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you, Jose.
So what is the purpose of the international programs at Cal State Fullerton?
The International Programs Office is actually a three-group office, so we service three different types of students and faculty. So one of our main groups is degree-seeking international students who come here to study and complete an entire degree. Another group is visiting scholars or research faculty who come here to do research or teach. And then another group is the study abroad students, so students who are here wanting to go abroad and study in another country.
So as an immigration specialist, can you tell us more about your job? Because when I think about immigration specialist, I think you can file any immigration forms for the students or anybody out there.
Okay, well, as an immigration specialist, I'm considered a designated school official, which is a title authorized by the Department of Homeland Security. So in a way, I am authorized to issue immigration documents. So I do assist students with that. I'm also authorized to update the immigration information through our CVIS database, which is our Student Exchange Visitor Information System. So I help students with a lot of immigration-related questions. Our office is really their first point of contact when they arrive in the U.S. So when they arrive, they have questions about how to follow the regulations pertaining to their student visas, and that's when they come in to meet with me.
So basically, is your position more focused to helping the students with the admission process to Cal State Fullerton and their immigration status in the country?
Correct. So we do answer a lot of immigration or application related questions. So we do help students wanting to apply to the campus. We work very closely with our international admissions office in order to answer their questions about applying and coming in to the U.S. But we also guide them when they're here. So once they arrive, I take over and I help them guide them with the regulations, how to maintain their status and how to do well performing academically, and resources that are available to them on campus as well.
So basically, let's say if a student from Spain wants to come to the U.S. and study here at Cal State Fullerton, what is the process they need to follow, and how do you help the students with this procedure?
Okay, so students coming from Spain or any other country outside of the U.S. have to go through a process very similar to domestic students. They apply through CSU Mentor. They fill out an international application as opposed to the domestic one, and they submit required documents such as transcripts, English scores, and financial documents. So that's the added step. They have to be able to support themselves here financially. So they have to present all of that for them to be able to get issued an immigration document. What they do with that immigration document is they go to the U.S. Embassy or consulate in their home country and they try to apply for a student visa. If they're approved for that student visa, then they're able to come into the country and start their program.
Now, let's say if someone else, for example, another student comes from New York, are they still referred to your office or they are going through a different process?
Very good question. Students who are studying in a different state but are here on a student visa can also be referred to our office, and they would actually be referred because we will need to update their immigration status. So we have quite a number of students who attend other U.S. campuses and then decide to transfer to Cal State Fullerton. So we take care of their paperwork, we take care of updating their immigration to make sure that they're still abiding by the student visa regulations. So all of that has to come through our office.
Now, what are some of the things that you would like people to know about your job or international students on campus?
Some of the suggestions or ideas I want to throw out there is definitely show a little bit of patience for some of these students. Sometimes it's their first time in the U.S. They're not very well acclimated, so they may not follow the same social norms that we're used to. So maybe give them a little bit of patience, and sometimes their communication skills may not be up to par. Again, they must take English test in order to be at a certain level, but it may not be as fluent as most of us are used to, so they require a little bit more attention, a little bit more patience, and take this as a learning experience. We have so much to learn from these students as well. They're coming from other countries. They have so much to teach us, so we can use it as a learning for them and for us.
And before this show, I found this interesting. You mentioned that one of your passions is traveling. Now the question is, do you consider that this is something that influenced the way you help students at Cal State Fullerton?
Yes, absolutely. I've always had a passion for traveling. I've been fortunate enough after college to do a bit of traveling myself, and I always find that it's a learning experience for me when I go to different countries. About 2 years ago, I was in China. I went to Beijing for a vacation, and I had support from people there, the locals, in order to help me because I don't speak the language, but they stepped up and they offered to help me purchasing metro tickets, getting around the city, things like that. So it was such a nice thing to see that other cultures are so accepting of visitors to their country, and I feel like we can do the same for them when they come here.
All right, Christina, thank you so much for sharing this great information with our community. And next time you travel, don't forget, I'm here. I want to go to China too. And I'm sure my anchors, Alexis and Jesse, would like to join us. Back to you.
I think it's about time I get my passport, Jose. Speaking of international students, Cal State Fullerton had a group of 12 students travel to Guatemala this past February and spent several days with the people of Refuge International, a volunteer organization dedicated to healing struggling regions of the world. One of our own reporters, Megan Boykoff, got to know Surgeon and Vice President Refuge International, Ken Eveland. Take a look.
Here in this OR, where Surgeon and Vice President of Refuge International, Ken Eveland, changes lives.
The Guatemalan people travel from far and wide for the attention of Refuge International. Dr. E spends long, tiresome days to treat the people who need his help, and he enjoys doing it.
The Guatemalan patients are extremely stoic. They're extremely grateful. They have absolutely no sense of entitlement. Their patience is incredible. I've seen people NPO almost 24 hours sitting on a bench out here before they got their operation.
Treating humble, patient Guatemalans is one of the things Dr. E appreciates, but it isn't what brought him to Refuge in 2006.
It's one of those things in life that you look back after a few years and say, how the heck did I end up here? So I started looking around a way to use my experience, my talent, and made a couple of trips to the Amazon River with a friend of mine who has a mission project. And within about a year, I was introduced to Refuge. And at that point, you can say, and the rest is history.
Refuge International hasn't always been the massive volunteer organization it is today. It had humble beginnings.
When I first joined Refuge, our warehouse was Deborah Bell's garage.
The clinic is an open, friendly-looking building with places to await consultations and a pharmacy, where all of the hundreds of medicines are sorted and organized for distribution to the Guatemalan patients. Dr. E plays a significant role in making sure that every aspect of the clinic runs smoothly. He tends to patients of all ages and manages the duties of a vice president. But through Dr. E's eyes, his contributions aren't the most important aspect of it all.
Do you know what the most important position on a totem pole is? It's the figure at the bottom. The figure holding it all up is the most important figure on the totem pole. And I'm at least 2 or 3 from the bottom. But it's our patients that are at the bottom, and the volunteers are above the patients. Besides being able to take care of patients who would not get care if we weren't here, I really enjoy having the students around. I really enjoy having nursing students, NP students, medical students in the OR, and as long as they're willing to learn, I'm willing to talk and teach.
Even after every trial and tribulation, Dr. Ken Eveland remains steadfast in his philosophy of his life.
But I am convinced that everything that's happened to me in my life, everything that didn't happen to me in my life, the woman I married, my getting angry and retiring, finding refuge, my entire life was pointed toward this.
Dr. Eveland has patients who travel from all over Guatemala who seek his care. He's been there for them for many years, and it looks like he plans on being there for many more. I'm Meg Tragan reporting from San Raimundo, Guatemala.
While we celebrate students who journey across the earth, today Cal State Fullerton pays homage to Mother Earth herself at this year's Earth Week. We have a very own Amanda Newell on Titan Walk with a quick look.
Hi
Hi guys, I'm Amanda Newell for OC News, and I'm here at Titan Walk on the second day of the Earth Week event. And behind me you can see some booths are set up where they're having local businesses and farmers come in and having a farmer's market where students can buy local fruits, veggies, and honey. Now on this side we have the Center for Sustainability, where it's an operation on campus, and they're able to tell students ways to get involved in order to save the earth. And one cool thing that they have going today is they can drop their recycled bottles in this bin and replace it with this bottle provided by the Center for Sustainability.
Coming up after the break, we'll fill you in on what is going on in the world of sports. And our very own Dylan Lujano is here today to give some fashion tips for Coachella.
You are watching Titan TV.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
Titan Radio is Cal State Fullerton's own radio station located in the basement of Pollock Library. Students can stop by and pick up an application during our operating hours. Anyone who has a computer and internet can listen to us www.titanradio.org. A lot of people who want to pursue TV and film usually start out in radio, so it's always a great opportunity.
So you might want to leave your pillow in the car? A new study suggests that napping can be bad for your health. Here's Rebecca Walzak with your health segment.
Thanks, guys. I'm sure many of you are just like me, going to school full-time with a part-time job and trying to squeeze in time to finish that term paper or final project. So let's be honest, sometimes we forget to sleep. As a result, we tend to take naps when the opportunity presents itself. But did you know these cat naps can be bad for your health? There's nothing wrong with a nap every now and then, but experts warn that too many can be bad for you. Cambridge University tested nappers and non-nappers and found that those who nap were 32% more likely to die early. This 13-year study found frequent nappers to be at risk for higher things like heart disease, cancer, and many other problems. The results were consistent even after researchers adjusted for age, gender, weight, smoking, and other pre-existing conditions. While researchers are saying that napping doesn't necessarily lead to death, they're suggesting there's a connection. Still, there are many benefits to taking a quick snooze, but if you're feeling consistently tired after them, experts suggest you talk to your doctor. Now, I have a habit of sanitizing my hands about every 20 minutes when I'm at work, and I'm sure I'm not alone. These everyday products keep us clean and make life a little easier. But with this luxury can come other health issues. In fact, doctors recently found that certain moist wipes can be causing serious allergy trouble. Here's CNN's Carl Azus with more for your Health Minute.
They may seem harmless, but researchers at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center have found that wipes like these can cause painful breakouts in some people.
The typical thing is going to be red, very angry, weeping, scaling skin that is just itching like crazy and driving these people nuts. The other thing that it looks just like, when we see it in babies, it looks like a horrible diaper rash that just won't get better no matter what they do.
The cause of the allergic breakouts is a popular preservative known as MI, or methyl isothiazolinone. It's found in some baby care products, makeup remover towelettes, even moist flushable wipes.
This was a new one that was developed. They thought that it was going to be very safe, and it was only after it started to be used a lot that we found out that this was probably the worst preservative that we've seen on the market.
Doctors recommend if you start to see breakouts such as these on your face, fingers, or fanny, best to see a doctor and stop using the wipes until a diagnosis has been made. For today's Health Minute, I'm Carl Azus.
So how about we ditch the wipes and just stick to the bottle? That's going to do it for our health segment, and I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Rebecca. Easter weekend is approaching, and hopefully the South End will be able to enjoy the festivities under sunny skies. Let's send it over to our very own Jacqueline Roman, who has your latest weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. It's a bright and sunny day out in Southern California. If you are already outside, you'll want to make time this evening to enjoy the nice temperatures. Currently in Fullerton, it is 72 degrees with 8 miles per hour winds, 51% humidity. Sunrise was at 9:19 this morning. Sunset will be at 7:23 tonight. We have cooler temperatures looking into the weekend. Here is your 7-day outlook. High today of 73 degrees. Thursday, clouds increasing for Thursday and Good Friday. Saturday, clouds will back off and give way to sunny skies with 74 degrees. Sunday will be the warmest day of the week with 78 degrees. It'll be sunny and warm for those egg hunts on Sunday. Perfect weather for the Easter dress. Tonight, it will be 56 degrees in Fullerton. Temperatures across the nation tonight are cool. It'll be 49 degrees in Seattle, 39 degrees over here in Chicago. New York will be at 36 degrees and 55 degrees in Houston. Phoenix will be at 63 degrees tonight. Looking at the national radar, it's pretty dry across the nation. We have clouds in the northwest and mid-east due to a flow coming through the region. The Midwest has scattered rain and snow showers across parts of the western Dakotas. There are scattered showers in eastern Washington and northeast Oregon, with a chance of showers that could reach down into northern part of California. Next week, clouds will increase on Monday with temperatures in the 60s. No rain in the immediate future, but I'll keep looking. That's your weather forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jackie. So Kevin Harden has the scoop from a busy weekend on the diamond for Cal State Fullerton. And one season is over for hockey, but another is about to begin. Kevin?
Thanks, Jesse. Number 18 ranked Cal State Fullerton baseball took on number 22 ranked UC Santa Barbara in a 3-game conference series on the road over the weekend. Friday night's opening game of the series was a crazy one. After 4 hours of play and 10 innings, the game had to be suspended due to darkness and had to resume play the following day on Saturday. Pitcher J.D. Davis helped himself pick up the win when he hit a 2-run double in the top of the 11th inning to break a 9-9 tie. He set down the Gauchos in order in the bottom half of the inning to give the Titans an 11-9 win. Game 2 of the series would be a bit closer. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the score tied at 2 apiece, where Titan pitcher Colby Gahn entered the game. Cameron Newell led off the inning for the Gauchos with a single. A sac bunt by catcher Jackson Morrow and a base knock up the middle by Joey Epperson drove in the game's winning run. Fullerton would come back on Sunday to drop their second game in a row, losing 2-1 to UC Santa Barbara. It is the first time the Titans have dropped a series while visiting the Gauchos since 1985. Fullerton will next play at Cal Poly tomorrow, opening up a 3-game series. Now on to some women's softball. Fullerton took on number 2 ranked UCLA last Thursday at home. The Titans started things off with a bang in the first as infielder Missy Takiaho hit a laser to center field to give the Titans an early 1-0 lead. UCLA would answer right away with a home run of their own in the top of the second by Jelly Felix, putting UCLA up 3-1. They would hold on to beat the Titans 5-2. Fullerton then took on Big West rival UC Riverside in a 3-game series over the weekend in conference play. The Titans dropped the first game of the doubleheader 6-3 on Saturday. Game 2 would be a different story for the Titans. The game remained scoreless until the 4th inning when some clever base running by Gabby Aragon allowed Fullerton to steal a run as Jenny Rubio slid into home safely to put the Titans on the board. Lauren Mario would then hit a double into the gap, driving in Aragon for an RBI, making it 2-0. Riverside would threaten in the top of the 6th, but the Titans would go on to win 4-2. Titans would come back Sunday to get shut out 6-0. They next play Long Beach State tonight and the start of a 3-game series. Now for some hockey. This is the moment I've been waiting for all season long, the NHL playoffs. Let's check it out. All three California NHL teams have reached the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Anaheim Ducks take on the Dallas Stars at home tonight to start the playoffs. The Los Angeles Kings will travel up to San Jose to start their Stanley Cup hopes tomorrow night against the Sharks. The Kings last won the Cup in 2012 and hope to do the same with netminder Jonathan Quick in goal, averaging just over 2 goals allowed per game. That's going to do it for sports. Time to pass it back to you guys.
All right, I know I'll be watching the playoffs. I hope the Kings win again.
Come on, let's go Ducks.
After the break, we'll be hearing the latest in entertainment news from our own Sarah Tarani-Rod.
And if you have a birthday coming up, have no fear. Jose Campos will be letting you know the best places to take advantage of their birthday benefits.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more
today.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Where's my husband? Where's my husband?
At a stop.
How's she doing? 2,
She was the passenger. I was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk, I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, sir, you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Waka Flocka will be here on campus in 2 weeks. Sarah Tarani-Rod has the entertainment news.
I actually have Kristen with me today, but Cal State Fullerton is having a mini version of Coachella, aka the spring concert. Woo! The event is Friday, May 2nd from 7 to 10 p.m. and Dirty South, Basic Vacation, DJ Jarrell, and Waka Flocka are this year's big time performers, and every student gets 1 complimentary ticket, and any outside guest has to pay a $10 cover fee. The tickets just became available today at the Information and Service Desk in the TSU lobby, so make sure you grab yours. And Miley Cyrus took to Twitter just a few hours ago to announce that she is forced to cancel her banger show tonight for the 2nd night in a row due to health reasons. A bad reaction to medication sent Miley to the hospital Tuesday and had to disappoint fans in Kansas City and again tonight in St. Louis. She kept her fans in on the hospitalization by tweeting how crappy hospital TVs are and how awful she feels for missing the shows. Miley also canceled her Charlotte, North Carolina show earlier this month when she came down with the flu. Sounds like Miley forgot to take her flu shots, right?
Something.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're wishing you a speedy recovery. And Jenny McCarthy is engaged. She announced the engagement on today's episode of The View. The 41-year-old talk show host took to Instagram to show off her giant yellow sapphire engagement ring, and not to mention her adorable fiancé, Donnie Wahlberg. Congrats to you guys.
Dina Lohan pleads guilty, Ellen DeGeneres beats Anderson Cooper, and Pharrell cried to Oprah. Stacey Conan has all the details.
Dina Lohan admits to driving drunk. The mother of actress Lindsay Lohan entered a guilty plea to drunken driving and speeding charges in Long Island, New York on Tuesday. Lohan is expected to be sentenced to 100 hours of community service and to lose her license to drive. The 51-year-old Lohan was pulled over in New York last September for suspected speeding and found to have a blood alcohol level more than twice the legal limit. Ellen DeGeneres is #1 on a list of the most powerful gay celebrities in America. Out magazine has released its annual list of influential LGBT voices in the United States. Others on the list include Neil Patrick Harris and Anderson Cooper. And now it's time to get happy. Sort of. Singer-producer Pharrell Williams broke down in tears during an interview on Oprah Prime with Oprah Winfrey. The host played a montage of people around the world dancing to his hit song, I'm Happy. Williams said the reaction to the song has been overwhelming, and despite the tears, we're pretty sure he's happy. For the Hollywood Minute, I'm Stacey Cohan.
Kim and Kanye have been spotted all over Paris these past few days. Was it just a shopping weekend, or did we hear wedding bells? The stylish couple was photographed walking all around the town, and rumors have it the two of them were seen scoping out possible venues for their rumored wedding on May 24th.
I wonder if it's going to be like little or big. I don't know.
Seems like Kanye's into the smaller, chic, fancy version of it.
But I mean, Kim's last wedding.
That's true. Who knows? But the MTV Movie Awards were this past Sunday, and The Hunger Games: Catching Fire won Best Movie. Nicki Minaj was the red carpet queen, and Zac Efron made everyone's heart melt when he took off his shirt, showing his tan goodies after receiving the award for Best Shirtless Scene. I think I can speak for both of us and basically all the girls here at Cal State Fullerton when I say thank you, Zach, for doing that.
I mean, with a bod like that, right? You might as well.
Yeah.
But speaking of movies, this past weekend, we had some huge blockbuster movies come out. Captain America and Rio swept away the box offices. And Captain America came out with 41 million, and Rio 2 with 39 million.
Wow.
Following these movies were Oculus, Draft Day, and Noah. But for those of you who are looking for a date night this weekend, here are a couple upcoming releases. I think we're having technical difficulties, but some of the 3 movies I was going to tell you about was Transcendence, which stars the fabulous Johnny Depp, who will go to any length to create computers to transcend the abilities of the human mind. And Disney tells the heartwarming documentary of 2 mother bears and how they protect their young.
Somewhere beautiful.
Yeah, they're playing it.
Yeah,
Favorite writer? Why didn't you know you were going
if you want to check out or something to lighten your mood, the comedy Authors Anonymous is the one for you. And that'll do it for us. So don't get your popcorn, and I'm Kristen Goodwillie.
We'll go watch the movies this weekend and let you know what happened. Back to you guys.
Back to you guys.
Is your birthday coming up, but you're finding yourself a little lost on how to celebrate it? Don't worry, because now there's a way you can get free food and even traveling tickets from different businesses. Jose Campos has the latest.
Thanks, Alexis. And you're definitely correct, because now many brands are ready to celebrate this special occasion by giving away birthday freebies from the morning until the night is over. So let's start with one that mostly everybody loves, and that is a Starbucks that offers you a free drink or any cupcake of your choice on the day of your birthday. All you need to do is sign up for free on their website. And I know we live in LA, but you don't have to be a celebrity to be treated like one, because Denny's offers you a free Grand Slam breakfast that includes 2 eggs, 2 pancakes, and 2 sausages, and 2 slices of bacon. I'm getting hungry now. But if Denny's doesn't make it for you, Tony Roma's would do it. Because if you happen to be in the mood for ribs, seafood, or steaks, this restaurant offers you a special meal for your special day. And if you want to show some love to your birthday friends after dinner, then you may want to take them to the Cold Stone Creamery, where they get a free ice cream. But if you're thinking that I'm boring because I'm just giving you options about places in LA and the Orange County, then you're going to love me now, because I will give you an option that not so many people know about, and that is that you can go for free to Catalina Island, and that is because the company Catalina Express gives you a free birthday ride to the island, and all you need to do is register online ahead of time and print out the ticket they will show at the time of traveling. It's also important to mention that most of these places require you to show your ID so they can verify your birthday. I hope you enjoyed the segment today and get ready to get those birthday freebies. I know Jesse's birthday is coming up and he better take advantage of these deals. Back to you.
Looks like I'm going to Catalina, Starbucks, Cold Stone, the works. So our trend watch reporter Dylan Lujano is here today to give some fashion tips for the much talked about music festival Coachella, which continues this weekend. Dylan?
Hey guys, I'm Dylan Lujano and I'm back with another Trending. This edition of Trending is all about Coachella. Weekend 2 of the Massive Desert Party starts tomorrow, and to get you guys ready for this amazing festival, my friend Amanda joined me to pick out some totally awesome outfits. out to honor in Irvine, aka the OC. My friend Amanda's gonna meet up with me in just a little bit, and we're gonna pick out some amazing looks for Coachella. These looks are gonna get you through that festival if you die trying. All right, guys, Coachella has already started, so I think we should get this fashion show going. Amanda, who is this lovely redhead?
This is one of my vlogger babes, Kate, and I'm super excited that she's gonna be our Coachella Barbie for today.
And I asked Amanda, I was like, what kind of girls are gonna be going to Coachella, and what do you think they're gonna be wearing?
We're gonna be showcasing one like rocker, babe, groupie girl, and then our second look is gonna be that total boho chic, gypsy hippie, free lovin' kind of gal. And then our third one is going to be your total fashionista, PR girl, poolside at the swankiest party during Coachella.
All right, well, I'm excited to see these looks, so let's get started. Like rising one, I think you can kind of relate it to like Disney Girl Compact.
Yeah, like all that girl.
Okay guys, now that you have some fashion tips to get through the festival, I have some life-saving tips to also keep in mind. So for all those Instagrams during Coachella, you have to make sure that your phone is charged. So the service is so bad out in Indio, it drains all your smartphones, so just remember, keep those charged. Stay hydrated, drink lots of water, and use lots of SPF. It's going to be a hot 95-degree weekend. And last but not least, make sure to find some time to explore the Coachella grounds. Since there is lots of fun activities going on, you can find something fun to do. And of course, have fun. This year has such an amazing musical lineup. I know I'm super excited. So if you plan on being out there this weekend, don't be shy, come say hi. I love seeing fellow Titans out and about. And hopefully you guys feel better about going to Coachella now. I gotta get out of here and start packing, so I'll see you in the desert. Back to you guys.
All right, and I know I'm a little sad that I couldn't go to Coachella this year, but at least I know how to dress like I did. That's all we have here at OC News. I'm Alexis Moffett.
And I'm Jesse Gawali. We'll see you on the next edition of OC News.